Hello everybody! Welcome to our first set of video solutions to problems from our Fall 2023 Math 307 class at Cal State Fullerton. Math 307 is linear algebra. This is not a first course in linear algebra. This is a really, well, for us at Cal State Fullerton, this is actually almost a third course. Sorry, this is the proof-based course. So, in this video, we are going to look at the solutions from our first quiz. Specifically problems 1 and 2 on this quiz, and they're all about set builder notation, starting from something that is in set builder notation and writing it as a sentence, or vice versa. In fact, in this particular problem here, you can see it's going to be vice versa. So we're given a sentence and we want to convert it to set builder notation. And before we do that, it's probably good to just quickly remind ourselves what set builder notation is. So this is a shorthand for writing a set that has been given by somebody, somewhere, somehow, usually as some sort of a sentence, and we want to convert it into a more concise notation. So first, it's always going to be starting with the curly braces that indicate, hey, we're in a set, and it will be finished with a curly brace. That'll be the end of the set. And then right down the middle, well, in practice, it doesn't have to be in the middle, but in between a left and a right, we're going to have a bar. And this bar can be read, for example, as such that. Now, to the left of this bar, we're going to put the form of the elements. And on the right-hand side, we're going to put any condition or conditions that those elements have to satisfy. So conditions on the elements. So if we want to write this sentence, we say, okay, the set of, oh, hey, it's a set. Cool, we'll start like that. All pairs of elements of V. All right, so I want to have a pair of elements. Okay, so a pair looks like two things. We'll put a comma in between. And now we typically will like to give some sort of generic names for these pairs, so or these elements. So let's call them like U and maybe W. All right. Now, there's actually two, I think, reasonable ways to finish the form here. And so I'm going to do it in both ways. So you can see either is fine. So one of them is say, well, these are supposed to be pairs of elements of V. That means you need an element of V and then another element of V put into a pair. And so you might write this as being an element of V squared, right? Or V2. This just means V cross V. Okay, and then we can put our such that bar, and now we put the conditions. And the condition comes from the other side here, right? Such that, ooh, hey, there's our such that bar. The F span of the pair equals V. Okay, so we'll put here the span, we'll make it the F span of UW equals V. And maybe you didn't remember what the F span is, but then you could just write that. The F span of U comma W equals V. Now, what would the second option be? Well, strictly speaking, you might think of the U and the W as just, that's the form, right? U comma W, and that there's an extra condition that they're elements of V. And so you could put that condition on the other side. U and W are elements of V. And then the other condition is that, again, the F span of UW is equal to V. In practice, yeah, probably you're going to see the top one a little more frequently. It's a little bit of an abuse there, but not too much. All right. You could certainly make the argument that the form really can contain this definition that U and W are elements of V. All right, so you'll see that happen quite a bit. Okay, so there we go. So there's kind of two reasonable options. Now, the second problem, we're going to be starting from something in set builder notation and writing it as a sentence. So the first thing here is, I know this is in set builder, so it's a set. So how about I write the set? Hey, I know it's describing a set. What are a set of what? Like, what are these things? Well, it looks like we have here triples, right, of elements where the x, y, and z are supposed to be complex numbers. So this is all the set of all triples. And looking ahead, it's probably good to give a name to one of these triples, x, y, z. And again, I could write in C3, or I could write triples x, y, z for x, y, and z in C. Either one of those would be okay, right? So I can do that. Okay, then comes the line, so I know I write such that. And then I need conditions, and well, here there's one condition. 2x minus 3y plus 4z equals 0, so I'll just write that. And there we go. I've converted this set builder notation into an actual sentence. Set of all triples, x, y, z, and C3, such that 2x minus 3y plus 4z equals 0. All right. This is an essential skill for reading math. All right. Whether you're reading papers, textbooks, whatever, we use set builder notation all the time, and it's going to be very, very important that you know how to both take sentences that you're reading and translate them, but also when you see set builder notation to be able to translate that back into actual words for yourself. All right, we will see you next time as we continue with Quiz 1.